The stress is almost over. Almost over. In speech today, I found out that I wasn't exempt from the final on Wednesday next week. So that kind of made me a little bit depressed. And by a little bit depressed, I meant a lot of bit, because I was really counting on being exempt from that final. Then in Bible today, because we didn't have Bible, we went to chapel, and he was a very interactive person, and that's not really a bad thing. It was actually a really entertaining and good chapel performance? Speech? I don't know what to call it. So I'm just going to call it a chapel speech. It was a very good chapel speech at that. Language. Oh. I did my project today, and I stayed up till like midnight. And by midnight, I meant like 2, 3 in the morning, 2 nights in a row to do this project. And she said it was very good, which is good, because that's pleasing to hear. Unfortunately, the highest grade I can get is about a 50 on it, because the website wasn't working, so I couldn't send it to her, so I had to redo it all. So it's not necessarily my fault, because I had it done and completed before the due date. It just, the website wasn't working, so that's kind of horrible. Then, for the other part in language, we had a Romeo and Juliet Act 2 and 3 quiz, which thankfully was a take-home quiz. And it was an open note and an open book quiz. If it wasn't, I would have been brutally murdered by it. And I'm still going to get brutally murdered by it, because I'm not going to cheat and look up all the answers on Google or sweetsearch.com or whatever. I'm going to take this legitimately and seriously and actually look for the answers in the book, like we're allowed to, and the notes and stuff. Either way, I'm not really looking forward to having to memorize 10 to 12 sentences of the book. So, because we're going to have to do a play on it or something, I don't even know. These last few weeks of language class have felt very rushed, and it's probably because I would say she didn't plan ahead, but she's the kind of person that would plan, like, she's already probably planned for, like, the rest of my high school years. So, I wouldn't say it's that, I'd just say that it's because we didn't get through things fast enough as a class, and not as her fault, because it would be our fault. She probably had everything planned out, and we would have finished everything, like, by today, because it was Friday the 13th, which is something unlucky happened, but I'm not going to go into that, because it's sort of personal. And my iPad is giving me storage space full warnings, so that means that the rest of this video is going to have to be really fast. So in art today, it was just a group of people, like normal, working on art things, and our teacher was a substitute because it's a Friday, and our normal art teacher is never here on Friday for whatever reason. Like, I honestly have no idea. And in math today, we took a test, and I actually feel really good on it, because the one problem that I didn't know, she canceled it out because we didn't learn it yet, so obviously I wouldn't know it, and so she put another one up on the board that I felt smart for answering, because everyone else was having problems with it, because they're like, this problem doesn't answer up to this proper equation, and I did it. But I was smart and actually looked at the whole problem, and I was like, yeah, this is how you do it, so I did it right. Because the teacher was like, Michael, you did this right. And I was like, yes. So, I'm exempt from my math final. It's the only final that I'm exempt from. That will change. I'm going to be exempt from all 3 next semester. I promise you guys, I will be exempt from all 3 next semester. I'm going to be giving it my hardest. Working my hardest to get 3 exemptions next semester, so I could just go on the finals days. That sounds really incorrect, but it's not. Just to sit there and watch everybody do their finals and laugh. That's my goal. Motivation. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I did the test, and I just kind of sat there listening to music on my phone while I was waiting for the clock to tick to 3:05 so I could get out and go home and sleep. This has been a very stressful week. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next week for the last week of school of 2013. See you all later.